Okay, now you're on.
All right. And so, Mara, looks like I'm good.
Yep.
And you want Christina? Am I good on your part? Mara, you want to check her and see?
Yeah. Yeah, she's
All right.
good.
Well, so my name is Tom Chacko. I'm an allergist here in the Atlanta area. I have some in North Atlanta. It's maybe my third or fourth Facebook Live. And I do this to try to open it up for people in the area who have questions for me. If you do, feel free to ask or mention or run it by me. I do have some help today. I have Myra, one of my staff, on the Facebook, holding it down on Facebook. And then my daughter, Christina. Say hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Say hi, Christina, TJ, and Jaya.
Hello.
We got the family here. Quarantine life, no camps. Right. Mom is out taking in-laws home, and so we got the kids here. But I'm here to talk to you guys about allergies and asthma and COVID questions. As we know now, it's a lot. The numbers are going a lot higher than they were last time I did this, 2 weeks ago, even 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. We've all gotten a lot more loose over the past few weeks, and now I'm not sure if that's necessarily a good idea. We're getting more strict now. And so patients have called me and asked me a lot of questions. The first question, one of the most common questions I get from my asthma patients are, if I have asthma, am I at a higher risk for COVID? Should I be worried about that? TJ, what do you think?
No clue.
No clue. All right. An 8-year-old says no clue, but 9-year-old.
Kinda.
9, okay, close enough. 9-year-old has no clue. The question is, it's actually not an easy answer, because asthma is a big spectrum, right? So you could have mild asthma, where you only have symptoms once in a while, maybe when you're sick. That's like my son TJ. He doesn't have really prevalent asthma, except for when he gets sick, and then he needs to use an inhaler and he's coughing, right, TJ? But all the time throughout the year, he's fine. So he's on this spectrum. He's like very mild. But then if you have someone who's always on a steroid, maybe an older person always on oral steroids, frequently going to ER and things like that, now you're at a lot higher risk. So those are the people that I would, you have to qualify what kind of asthma you are and where you stand in regards to your risk regarding COVID. So the answer is, there's no generalized answer is asthma, are you at higher risk or not? It depends on how severe your asthma may be to determine your risk level. I would tell you most of my patients, especially the kids and stuff, who use inhalers just once in a while, who are using it once in a while, if you're not going to the ER, if you're not using frequent oral steroids, you are probably not at a higher risk. I don't think you're at a significantly higher risk necessarily than the general population. So in general, I think most stable asthmatics or mild asthmatics are okay, but you have to worry about it if you have more of the severe asthmatics, when you're in the hospital more using oral steroids or a lot of steroid boosts. Those will put you at a higher risk for asthma and complications of COVID if you were to get that. And Mara, you're gonna give me a shout if anyone has questions.
Yeah, so Lauren said, what precautions are y'all taking in the office due to COVID?
All right, so that's a great question. The precautions we're doing are similar to what we've always been doing. We've been having everyone wear a mask. You have me not wearing a mask now just to do the talk, but generally I actually have not one. Where's my second mask? I've been wearing 2, one and a second one. So we have everyone in our staff wearing masks. When they come in, we try to do temperature checks on all, although sometimes with the shot patients, depending on the flow, that might not be the case, but we're screening them all. And we're making sure all our staff, as well as our patients now have masks. We actually ask everyone to come in with masks. If they refuse to wear a mask or they don't have one, if they don't have a mask, we actually give them a mask to be seen in our office. If they refuse to wear a mask, we think that we ask them to come back when they're ready to wear one, really. We try not to, masks are the things that have been probably the most proven to be the most helpful. You know, someone could have COVID in the room, and if they're wearing a mask and you're wearing a mask, the probability of you getting it is very, 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 very low. It gets spread when people are talking freely, when they're eating dinner, when they're out having a drink, things like that, without wearing masks. And that's the high risk reaction. So that's a long answer, is we've been trying to space out the people coming in. We also ask our shop patients to wait in their car and try to minimize people in the waiting room. So overall, minimize people in the waiting room. We try to do temperature checks definitely on new patients, but the biggest thing is we mandate masks and clean, of course, but we mandate masks both on our side and on our patient side. Anything else, Mara? You gonna?
Katrina said, well, that's good. I was worried that my family members with asthma would be at risk.
So, yes, Katrina, it depends. I don't think your family members, I don't know your family members, but if they're just mild asthmatic, using a butyl here and there, I don't think they're at any higher risk. I think they're okay. Anything else that you have?
So you are definitely pro-mask?
Yeah, is there no question? The question is, am I definitely pro-mask? There's no question. Here, shoot my kids. Look at all three of these guys. Guys, do we go? Here, go to these guys. Guys, if you go to the store, what do?
Wear a mask. We're not allowed in the store.
They're not allowed in the store. What else? What else were you not allowed to do this week?
Hang out with our friends. We do. What do you mean? We
Not
hang out with
really.
our cousins, but not our friends.
All right, let's scoot them out from there. So I don't know what you're going to say. But the question was, my oldest is having a hard time because our grandparents were visiting us this week. And our cousins were visiting us this week. And so she was not allowed to have any play dates because her grandparents were here. And they're older. They just went back today. So we probably will do some play. Actually, we have a play date this afternoon with a family that we see a lot. So, and it has to be your tolerance. There's no right answer. Christina, you just dropped Instagram.
So
Christina, tell me if anyone says anything. Our cousins might say stuff.
Yeah, Kevin just said, "What's up, guys?"
Okay. Our cousin Kevin says, "What's up?" Hey, Kevin, how are you?
Katrina said, is there anything you consider a high-risk activity?
Yeah. So what do I consider a high risk activity? There's actually a good posting, and I will post it on our website from the Texas Medical Group about different activities and the risk levels. And so it gives you a chart. For example, I think that going on a walk outside with your family is not a high risk activity. I actually think going to the pool with your family and actually chlorine on your outside is not a high risk activity. That's what we've been doing. Now I think going inside someone's house and having drinks and talking and sitting at a dinner table, if they're not your immediate family and they're new people, you're putting it at high risk. So I'm not worried so much. I think the spread is not so much when people are aware of it or cognizant of it, when they're wearing masks or in the office. I think I'm more worried about the spread when you're not thinking about it, when you're having drinks with your buddies, when you're out with people, when kids are hanging out and playing, and you've seen that in the college settings, where it gets spread from one party and 18 kids have it. So those are the high risks. Wearing masks when you're cognizant, I think, are very low risk.
Chris said, do people need to wear a mask outside?
Great question. Do you need to wear a mask outside? It probably depends on where you're going and what you're doing. For example, if you're going for a walk with your dogs by yourself, Christina, do you wear a mask when you walk with Rocky? No. You know, I think that's safe. I think if you're walking with your family and you're walking outside, that's okay. If you're going for a run outside, first of all, I don't think you need it. Second of all, I don't think that's realistic. You're not going to run. Running with a mask on by yourself is very challenging unless you're doing it intentionally to make your cardio harder. So I think it's, but when we go to Publix, when we go to Home Depot, when we go out in, we haven't gone to any restaurants, right? No. When we go to, what do we do when we go to Menchie's?
We sit outside.
Oh, we sit outside. Do you wear a mask when you go to Menchie's?
Yes.
We wear a mask when we go to Menchie's. So when we go and see other people, it's not just for us, it's for courtesy for them. We wear a mask. But when we're by ourselves amongst our family and we're just outside hanging out, we don't wear a mask. When we play tennis, no mask.
Katrina's...
Keep an eye on Instagram. Maybe our cousins might ask us questions.
No.
Katrina said, what do you think about kids going back to school?
Great question. That's a dicey question. What about going back to school? So, I am not. I think that's not. I think it depends on your situation. I don't think I've gotten this call. It depends on. Do you have family members that live with you? Do your grandparents live with you? Are they high risk? Do you have the option? Like, there's a luxury for them not to be able to go to school. Like, maybe they have to go to school because who's going to watch them if they don't? So I think those are situational. I know our kids' school had a vote on if we would send our kids to school or not, and we voted yes to put them back in school. I would say in that school though, it was 80% voted yes, 20% voted no. This is a smaller private school at least, so it just depends on everyone's situation. We are planning on putting our kids back in school if everything's okay. I don't know. We are in a situation now, like we were back in March, where the numbers are literally changing every day. Recommendations are changing every day. So I don't. As of now, we would put our kids back in school, but I think it's situational. And I don't know if it's options for many parents as well.
Okay. Chris said you were giving great info. Thanks.
I try. You're welcome, Chris. Thank you for that.
And
Christina, do you got anything from Instagram world?
Only 3 people are watching you.
And those 3 of them are, I think Instagram. Christina, you told me only 3 people watching you on Instagram. All right.
Brittany said, what are the differences between COVID symptoms and symptoms of having asthma or an asthma attack?
So what are the differences between COVID and asthma attack? So some of them are shortness of breath, which would be on both, but COVID usually gives fevers, A, fatigue, maybe lightheadedness, B, and also no sense of smell. That's a big one, no sense of smell. That's been newer with COVID. Where asthma would be wheezing, coughing, which is on both, not necessarily fevers. There is some overlap, yes, but there are some specific ones for COVID, meaning dizziness, fatigue, and no sense of smell. If I hear someone tell me any of those, I'm going to start thinking COVID. COVID can lead to asthma attack. COVID is a viral infection. Viral infections inflame asthma, so they could be together. The question is, do you have COVID causing this inflammation or something else? But those are some specific ones for COVID. You got anything else on that one? No? Okay. The other things I would ask about, the other questions people have asked me are, what precautions do? Can you go back to school? If you have any immunodeficiency, what to do? And I would say, make sure you take your medicine regularly, precautions, make sure you're on your proper medicines, eat healthy. It's hard to exercise now. I think people are kind of down, but do the things to stay healthy. Exercise, eat healthy, go outside, just be safe about it. And I think that is all I have. How many minutes is that one? Oh, you don't know.
It doesn't tell me.
Yeah, what kind of person are. Well, I think, Christina, do you have anything for Instagram world?
No.
TJ, shoot to the kids. See what do you guys want to say anything?
No. What are we supposed to say?
Say something
Hello?
that gets us more followers. TikTok, do something. All right, well, I got my family here. Again, we are in that same as everyone else where we're not doing camps, we're not doing anything, so we're watching the kids. They're at work with me. And with that, I'll sign out. But feel free to follow us on Facebook or Instagram. I think Christina said our Instagram followers are like 3, so we probably need more. But in all honesty, we're here to serve you and help you. If you have any questions, allergy, asthma-wise, feel free to contact us. Check us out on our website, and we'll be happy to help. Thanks. Thanks a lot.